Shalom. Kol holo Yahweh Ba'ashum Yahushua Ba'ashum Rakach Wadash. The bonds to the apostles, the bonds to the elders at Great Millstone who rule well and taught the truth. Much respect to you brothers out there to preach his word and truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of earth. The tabernacle of David is being risen up right before your very eyes. The hopeful elect, which is scattered abroad as well. It's going to come in looking like the heathen, right? As well, the speckled bird. To you, I say shalom. Let's get into this lesson. Just a few videos that I have highlighted of some of the elders and brothers around, right? You know, and the signs of the times that we're in. You know, hey, you know, things are starting to heat up. Very, very clearly, you can see it through the spirit, man. And if you're out here playing around, not doing what you're supposed to do, you claiming that you in the truth, right? But behind the scenes, you being a damn demon, you better check yourself. For you know, you found out the hard way, you know. But, you know, that's the spirit of Jake, you know. Make sure you're on your P's and Q's, right? But today's lesson, you know, was also given by inspiration once again by Apostle Tahar's video and some of the elders video, brothers around video as well. And I was also reading into 2 Kings 2 and 9 on down about Elijah and Elisha, right? And how Elisha asked for that double portion. And in the times that we're going into, right? And we're going to need that 144% portion, man. But how do you get that 144% portion? Right? Praying, fasting, doing what you're supposed to do. All right? Make your call and election sure. As I did my lesson the other day, if you do these things, ye shall never fail. Right? The Lord is a man of his word. He's not a man that he should lie. Right? If you doing, you being diligent, doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to be secured. Yahweh Ratazah. Right? As we read right here, police state martial law. Will all hell break loose on November 1st? 2nd Ezra 9, right? And it's very possible. Very possible, right? And us as the men of the Lord, the prophets, blowing the trumpet, right? Saints of Jersey too, right? Russia's massive nuclear arsenal in the Arctic pointed at U.S. You see? And heathens. Now I say people alike, you know, they have had dreams of Babylon the Great being destroyed by that nuclear fire, right? Nuclear missiles, Jake, you know, heathens all around, man. They had visions and dreams of Babylon the Great being destroyed. And this is part of it, right? We're seeing wars and rumors of wars. That spirit is out here heavy, man. That spirit is out here heavy. Matter of fact, the other day, what they do, man, it escaped my mind, but it'll come back to me. Slaki, y'all, right? As you see right here, Dabu 7, right? The stage is set for chaos. Them's launching ICE tracking app. I did a lesson on that, right? Trump rolls out nationwide response force, right? With the tracking app. Damn, I forgot the company that does it, but it's Tiny Top company, and they can pretty much, you know, without a warrant, right? Because if they want to do these things, they're supposed to have a warrant. But under the guidelines of Babylon the Great, they do whatever they want, right? So pretty much they can hack your phone without you even knowing it. You know, if brothers having issues uploading videos, matter of fact, brothers' videos being taken down, you know, matter of fact, Salaki, right here, you know, GMS Vegas sit downs, 144 was removed, right? You see, brothers' videos are being removed, right? That, man, famine of the word is coming. Famine of the word is coming, right? We see the idiot scoffer gets cuffed and stuff, right? The elder Menadazavah's video, right? I believe other brothers have done a lesson on that as well. You know, hey, you want to come and scoff at the men of the Lord and the doctrine? You want to claim that you want to be an Edomite, which he may very well be an Edomite. He may very well be an Edomite. That's what you black only Israelites don't understand, man. Right? As you read in Matthew 13, if I'm not mistaken, right? The wheat and the tares. There's a lot of tares amongst our people. This man can very well be a damn Edomite, man. But yeah, you know, he's an example of the 2/3 that's gonna get that's gonna get stuffed, man. It's gonna get destroyed in these last days. Let's get this right here as well. GMS Watchman, right? Deacon Hakar publicized this video for clout and vainglory. You know, how does this edify the elect? You know, glorifying, you know, wickedness, man. You know, these other camps is slipping, man. As you see, MOTB, the Great Divide, turmoil, right? So, with all that being said, once again, you know, I was reading on 2 Kings 2:9, right? You know, that double portion, man. And Yahweh Radazah, we of the men of the Lord, us that's doing the work of the Lord, doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? We're going to get that double portion. And we're going to need it. We're going to need it, man. Let me get this. 2 Kings 2:9. And it came to pass when they were gone over that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Right? And you go into didn't Yahushua say Elijah, which was John the Baptist, was the greatest prophet? Elijah did great things, man. Elijah did great things, man. Right? Hey, those people that was worshiping Baal, right? The other gods of wood and stone. You know, they did a competition, right? You can go into that. You pray to the Lord and fire rained down from heaven, proving that our power, right? Our God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, is the God of all, right? And he mocked them. That's what we're going to do to these 2/3 and these heathens as well. We're going to mock them. We're going to laugh at them, man. Right? We're going to mock them. We're going to laugh at them. So it is a righteous thing, if you want to. You know, as King Solomon did, he asked for wisdom. And because he didn't ask for anything else, right, the Lord bestowed upon him not just wisdom, but everything else. You can do that. But if it's in your spirit, and it's not an unrighteous thing to do, as we see right here, ask for that double portion. Ask for that spiritual power, right? And as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, right, the Lord got you, man. Right? It's verse 10, and he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken away from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. Right? But obviously, it was in the Lord's plain book that it was going to happen as we read. And it came to pass, as they were still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire. Right? A chariot. Right? Slakia, and the horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven, and Yahweh Ratazah, we of the men of the Lord, and the elect, which is scattered abroad as well, right? We have a seat on that chariot, man. We get beamed up, right? We get beamed up. You know, that's one of the greatest things. It is one of the greatest things that can happen to you, man. Seeing the fall of your enemies, getting beaten up in the chariot, getting those new bodies right there. Yeah, that's, most definitely. That is part of the prize, man. And Elijah saw it and cried, my father, the chariot of Israel and the horsemen thereof, and he saw him no more. And he took a hold of his own clothes and rent them into two pieces. You know, that was his dog, man. You know, his brother. You know, but being in the spirit, you understand that, he good. The father looked upon him like, hey, come up here, man. Get up here. But we in this flesh, so sometimes it gets the best of us, right? And he took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell upon him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell on him, and he smote the waters and said, where is Yahweh power of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither. And Elijah went over. And when the sons of the prophet, which were to view at Jericho, saw him, and said, the spirit of Elijah doth rest on Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. So yeah, he got that double portion as you go into his account. Even his bones, all right? Even his bones brought people back to life, man, right? That's how much spiritual power, that's the double portion. And the times in which we're coming into, we're most definitely going to need that double portion, man, right? I'm going to get this about to 2/3 in our people, right? They're going to have to find out the hard way. Zechariah 1 and verse 2, and the Lord had been sore displeased with your fathers. Therefore say thou unto them, thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua of hosts, turn ye unto me, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will turn unto you, saith the Lord of hosts. And that's what we doing as the men of the Lord blowing that trumpet. But hey, the 2/3, they don't want to hear, they want to forbear. So hey, they got to get jacked up. Be ye not as your fathers, unto whom the former prophets have cried, saying, thus saith the Lord of hosts. Turn ye now from your evil ways. This is what we telling Jake to do. From your evil doings. But they did not hear, nor hearken unto me, saith the Lord. Your fathers, where are they? The prophets? Do they live forever? But my words and my statutes, which I commanded my servant the prophets, did they not take hold of your fathers? And they returned and said, like as the Lord of hosts thought to do unto us, according to our ways and according to our doings, so hath he dealt with us. I'm going to read that in the NLT, right? And it reads, where are your ancestors now? They of the prophets are long dead, but everything I said, do my servants, the prophets, you see? Because Jake has a habit of having to learn the hard way, happened to your ancestors, just as I said. And as a result, they repented and said, we have received what we deserve. And Jake is going to see that. You're going to receive what you have deserved, because we've been blowing the trumpet. We've been piping unto you, and you have not been dancing, right? Deserve from the Lord of heavens of armies. He has done what he said he would do, right? And we are coming into the times where Jake is going to see the Lord. Hey, we are the Lord's mouthpiece, and y'all going to get jacked up, right? Let's get some more. Let's see. I want to get, right, part of this double portion. Let me read some of this, right? And read some of this in Isaiah 61 and verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh power is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He have sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the openings of the prisons to them that are bound. And that's what we doing. Hey, we telling you that double portion. Good tidings, right? Your broken heart is going to be healed. And spiritual power is going to be put upon you. You ain't got to worry about your kids. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. But we got to go through Jacob's trouble. We got to do what we got to do, right? To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord, the day of vengeance of our power. You see, vengeance is coming. right? Jacob's trouble is coming. Hey, we're in the beginning stages of it, but eventually, right, in the midst of World War III, when the missiles pop up, the Lord gonna send his son, and the elect is gonna get beamed up, right? And Esau Edom is gonna get what he deserves, man. Check this. To comfort all that mourn, we're in the house of mourning. Slakia, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them the beauty for ashes, and the oil for joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. You see, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. The roles are going to be reversed, right? Esau Edom is going to be in hell, literal hell. It's going to be, hell is a condition. He is going to be in hell. Right now, he's in his heaven. That they might call the trees of righteousness the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And they shall build up the old waste. They shall rise up the former desolations. They shall repair the waste cities, the desolation of many generations. You see, we've been destroyed from generation to generation, man. But all that's going to be repaired. We're going to have more than ever than we can ever desire and imagine and understand, all right? And comprehend what the Lord has in store for us, man. And check this. And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and the sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. Because you got Jake out there and these other Christians, man, and, people in the world, scoffing at the doctrine. Well, read the Bible. Who is this? Who's going to be these plowmen? Who's going to be these vine dressers? It's going to be you, the heathens. Right? It was all good when Jake was at the bottom. And now that we telling you that you're going to be at the bottom, it's a problem. But ye shall be named the priest of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and the glory shall ye boast yourselves. This is coming, man. So as we see Jacob's trouble heat up, as we see the famine of the word heat up, we understand what is coming unto us, man. Right? For your shame ye shall have double. For your confusion shall they rejoice in their portion. Therefore in the land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be unto them. Right? So the Lord has in store for us double, right? The men of the Lord going to get that double portion, that 144% portion of their spiritual power in the midst of Jacob's trouble, right? That's coming. And ultimately get those new bodies, and ultimately in the kingdom, that double portion. And Esau Edom, as you read in Revelation 18, in verse 4 on down, if I'm not mistaken, right? Lord said, give unto them double. So yeah, that double portion, that righteous double portion, and that righteous indignation double portion is coming, right? So yeah, it's just something, I just want a quick hit on. And Yahweh desires an edifying lesson. Shalom.